Hello everyone. Today let us try to understand the operation of a 4-bit R to R digital to analog converter. The aim of this experiment is to design a 4-bit R to R ladder DAC using op-amp, and for various digital inputs, what is the analog output we can get, so that we can understand using this experiment. And to conduct this experiment, we may require 741 IC, op-amp IC and resistors as per our design, and multimeter to measure the voltages, and breadboard for connecting the circuit, and wires and DC power supply. So this is the circuit which we are supposed to connect now. So we can see that the resistors R and 2R, they are connected in the form of a ladder, and this is a 4-bit digital to analog converter circuit, wherein we have B3, B2, B1 and B0. These are the digital input bits, okay, and B3 being the most significant bit, MSB, and B0 is the least significant bit, okay. And theoretically the output of this circuit can be calculated using the formula which is shown here. V0 equal to minus RF by B3 by 2R plus B2 by 4R plus B1 by 8R plus B0 by 6R. So using this formula, we can theoretically even calculate what can be the output voltage for a different digital inputs, okay. The same circuit is already been connected on the breadboard, and we can see that we have an op-amp, 741 op-amp connected, and all the other resistors. You can see that the green colored resistors, the color code may not be clearly visible here. That's why I'm mentioning the color of the resistor. So the green colored resistors, they are all R as per our circuit diagram, and here we have taken the value of R to be 10 kilo ohm. So wherever in the circuit we have a resistor called R, so there we are going to put 10 kilo ohm, and wherever we have 2R, that is 2 times of R, there we are putting a resistor of 20 kilo ohm, okay. And also we are connecting a feedback resistor RF, is that is also equal to 20 kilo ohm, fine. So in this circuit, the blue color wire connected to the one of the digital input, I'll just show that. This blue wire, this is the B3 input. The digital input B3 is connected through this blue wire, and B2 is connected through this green wire, and B1 is connected through this red wire, and B0 is connected through this yellow wire. I hope you can remember that. B0, B1, B2 and B3, fine. And we can even see that the voltage, the DC voltage to the op-amp is connected through this fixed power supply. This is a fixed voltage power supply, and which is going to give a fixed voltage of plus 12 volt, minus 12 volt, and also a 5 volt. So since for our circuit, for this R to R ladder DAC realization, we need a fixed power supply, a plus 12 volt and minus 12 volt for the op-amp, and 5 volt for the analog input. Sorry, the 5 volt DC supply given for a high input of the digital input. So whenever we want the digital input to be high, we have to connect these digital inputs to a 5 volt. So that is taken from the digital fixed power supply, and whenever we want the digital input to be 0. So we know that the digital input can be either 0 or 1, correct? So if we want 1 as input, then we have to connect it to the 5 volt, and if we want the digital input to be 0, we have to connect it to the ground. That's all. So for different combinations of digital inputs, we can see what can be the analog output we can get, right? So this is how the connection is done. Or if we are using a regulated power supply, the DC regulated power supply similar to this, then it has dual supply. It has two voltage sources, so that we can use it for the op amp. So this is a variable supply. We can adjust the voltages as per our requirement. So if you are using such power supply, then we may have to use two of these kinds, right? Because for op amp we need one power supply of dual voltages, and similarly we need one more 5 volt for digital input. To make the digital input high, we need a 5 volt source also. So for that again we have to use one more power supply, since we need two supplies if you are using such type of regulated power supply. So to avoid using multiple power sources, we are using one fixed power supply similar to this. Okay. So now let us try to understand, when we give a digital input, how the output is going to behave, or how we are able to get the analog output. So I'll just switch on this DC voltage, fixed voltage source I have connected now. Now to the circuit, we have a 5 volt source available, and we have a 12 volt, plus 12 volt as well as minus 12 volt connected to the op amp. Okay, and to start with, I have given all the digital inputs, or I have connected all the digital inputs as I shown earlier. So these are the digital inputs: B3, B2, B1 and B0. See, all these four, they are initially, now I have connected to the ground. So this all line, this all section of this breadboard, this entire section is connected to ground. Okay. Similarly, this section of the breadboard is connected to 5 volt. Okay. So that is considered to be high for the digital input, and this is considered to be the low input for the digital input. Okay. So right now all the digital inputs are low. That means for the 4-bit digital input, now the input is 0 0 0 0. All are 0. Okay. So for that, the output what we are getting, you can see that the output is connected to channel 2. So channel 2, we are getting the voltage is almost 0, or we have certain voltage, very small voltage of 0.2. Yeah, so we have a very small voltage of 0.2 volt. That can be considered to be due to the offset voltage. Okay, so that can be neglected or negligible. Let us try to now let us try to change the digital input. So let us now make only B3 as high. So now the B3 is connected to, it is going to be connected to 5 volt. So we can see that now B3 is connected to the yellow wire, the blue wire, the B3, that is the B3 which is connected to 5 volt. So 5 volt in this case, or for a digital input, now it is considered to be high, or digital input as 1. Correct. And we can see that rest all inputs are connected to 0 only. Correct. So for that, now we can see what is the analog output, or what is the output we are getting. So now just adjust the channel 2 voltage to 5 volt, and we can see that the output voltage we are getting it to be minus 5 volt, right? So this we are getting for a digital input of 1000, right? So whatever we are getting here, so that we have to note down in a tabular column, and the tabular column is as goes like this. So for all zeros, analog output theoretically it should be 0, but practically we are getting certain voltage, so that is due to the offset voltage. And then the other combination which we tried is 1000. So this we have tried, and for that theoretically we are supposed to get minus 5 volt, and practically also we are getting the same minus 5 volt only. So similarly we will try with another input. Let us take up this 1100. For that theoretically we are supposed to get minus 7.5. So now let us make that digital input as 1100. So B3 and B2 to be made as 1, and B0 and B1 are still 0. So that's what is done here. The blue and green wires, they are made as, or they are connected to 5 volt, which means they are digitally 1 or high now. And this B0 and B1, they are still connected to 0. So the digital input now is 1100. So for that, let us again see what is the output voltage we are getting. So the channel 2 is still 5 volt. It is set to 5 volt, and we are getting an voltage around 7 point, or in between 7 and 8. So we have an voltage between 7 and 8, correct? That we can take it as 7.5, or if we adjust the scale, reduce the scale, then we can correctly measure the voltage. So it is now the scale for the channel 2 is set to be 2. So it is taking more than 6.5 boxes or blocks. So to exactly measure it, it is around 7.2. Yeah, the voltage is around 7.2, right? So that's how practically we are getting slightly less voltage. Theoretically we are supposed to get minus 7.5 volt, but practically we are getting minus 7.2. That's what we have to note down in the tabular column. So these are certain inputs which we have tried. Similarly, I will try one more input, the extreme case, that is if all the digital inputs are high. So if you make all the digital inputs as high, or if you connect all the digital inputs to 5 volt, only we have to shift the wire connected to ground to 5 volt. So now we can see that all the digital inputs are connected to 5 volt, which means all are high. Okay. So let us see what is the digital output, analog output we are getting. So we are getting an analog output around 9 volt. We are getting the analog output to be around 9 volt. Since the scale is set to 5 volt, or if you want, you can reduce the scale also, and you can observe. So like this, totally we'll get 16 different combinations of digital input, and for that, for every digital combination of the inputs, we have to check what is the analog output we can get, and once we get all the analog output, then it will be, we can analyze or then we can understand how the digital input is converted into an analog output. Thank you.